No introduction is needed. We are not going to waste any time going forward. We're going to dive right into this topic. We're going to speak about why men are running away from marriage today. You know, if you think about it, guys, like, when is the age range, first of all, of women to have children? Let's say 19 to mid 30s. Right. That's a very small range of women compared to an entire lifetime. That's a very small age range. Men have a much higher age range where they could do something like that, obviously. So, I think the way women are moving today, they want to act like a man. They want to act like they have the abilities, the rights, the market value, the exact same way as a man. They should also be able to sleep around just like a man. And that's where, they're going very wrong. Because we're totally different. And the fact that you want to act like a man and think you can do everything a man can do, and you want equal rights and all this bullshit, is exactly why a huge part of why things are the way they are today are the way they are today. Women do not see themselves as women no more. They're trying to live outside of their own self and their market value. I swear to God. Modern women, anyways, not real women, because real women understand their value as a woman, and that's important. But majority of women today are going against their own values. And they think they can sleep around. They think they can do all this crazy stuff. They think they can wait until it's too late. They think they can get into their 30s, into their 40s, and they don't need kids yet. But when the time comes, it's like it all hits them at one time. At one day is going to come, and it's going to hit. They're going to look back, and it's going to be like, what did I do? Well, I'll tell you what you did. You bought into the bullshit. You bought into the feminism. And you ruined your life because you decided to let yourself be brainwashed. You felt empowered at the time. It might have felt good. Your ego was being stroked. You felt like you were on your high horse. And now you're off. And now everything is crumbling around you because the itsy bitsy value you have left is just going and going and going. So, a big reason why men are running away from marriage, which means they're not taking women seriously, for the most part, is because women are not preserving themselves anymore. Women are not acting like women anymore. Women are very entitled nowadays. They don't care about, treating a man properly. And of course, there's women in the world who are doing this, of course. It's just, for the most part, this is how it is. And this is what we got. So, this is the world. For like a lot of the world. And there's people getting it right, and we commend them. There's people, tons of women, tons of people getting it wrong, and we try to speak out because it's not hurting. It's going to help, if anything. We're not hurting anybody. We're literally trying to wake you the fuck up. Like, I don't understand how they think this is bad, but we're trying to save the world, you know? We're trying to save women. And they just want to take offense and continue to be brainwashed and think of things in a way where it's just delusional. So, this is why most men don't want to get married anymore. Also, the divorce rates are so high that men also take that into consideration. If women initiate 85% of divorces, then why should I get married? Is how most men think. Because this finna happen to me is how most men think. And honestly, guys, as far as taking a woman seriously today, I'll give you guys the whole riff here. Believe it or not, you guys want to aim in between the ages of 24 to 30. Yeah. Can you go lower? Yep. Be careful though. If you want to go lower, be careful, because younger women today, for the most part, and it depends how they were raised, but a lot of their brains are fried, scrambled eggs, TikTok brains, delusion. You guys understand how it is. That is why I don't commend it. Younger girls today, body counts are extremely high compared to what it used to be. Even women that I went to high school with, it wasn't really that way for them. They might have had one or two, best at best. It's bad nowadays. Real bad. And women think they can actually do it. It does something to you, so I don't see why you think you can do it. I don't understand. This is why I think most men today are probably going to hit the sweet spot in between probably 24 to 30. And if you go higher in age, closer to the 30 mark, you better hope the woman you're dealing with has a low body count or damn near a virgin. And if you guys ain't getting that, no sir. You just don't want a woman that was ran through, because it's not going to work out in the long haul. A man's shot at marriage today in a successful family is going to be between the ages of 24 to 30 most likely. The odd time, you might be able to go a little bit younger. And that's if she was raised right. There's just not too many young females today who was raised right. And my perspective on that has changed when I've seen some shit. My perspective has changed. Their minds are scrambled eggs. A lot of those younger women, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. It's going to sound good for a second, like, damn, I found me a young female, and all this stuff is what you guys are going to think. And it's going good and all this shit. And you guys are going to see things partway in that you did not think you were going to see. Caught you off guard. So, that is why I think the sweet spot today, 24 to 30. And that's if they have a low body count. Because Women who's a bit more up there in age typically don't have lower body counts. So what we're dealing with, guys, is damn near, it's almost not good anywhere you look. The younger women aren't good because they have scrambled eggs for brains. Most of the older women aren't good because they're too many their body count is too high. But not all. That's why you have to understand what you're dealing with. And yeah, you gotta get lucky. Like, if you don't get lucky today with a woman, you're pretty much. And that is a small pool of women you just got to deal with. It's a small pool. Very small. It is not the same for men. At all. This is how it is for women. And the women who are into their 30s, closer to 35 to 40, it's too late. That's the thing. That's why we're saying 24 to 30. That's the sweet spot. You can make an exception for 31, 32, 33. And when I say an exception, I mean that quite literally. I'm not saying any 31-year-old, any 32, any 33-year-old. It's got to be an exception, and it better be something unreal for yourself, because men are getting the shitty ends of the sticks today, for the most part. There's all this talk about men not being men, and not living up to who they should be, not enough successful men, and all this stuff. Well, there's not nearly enough successful women. A woman's success is how she carries herself and has carried herself throughout her time on Earth. And if they do it correctly, they're going to land on the right dude. If they don't do it correctly, they're going to get damaged and thrown to the side. And there's just so much unwanted people today in society in general. There's so many unwanted men. There's so many unwanted women. What is everyone doing? It makes you wonder. It makes you think. Like, how is everybody messing up this damn bad, man? Like, it's bad. I think a lot of it has to do with the brainwashing in society. And I just think this is something that men can fix a lot easier than women. The women that are older are done. Men that are older are not done, because it's never over for a man. It is for a woman. Unfortunately, it's the way it is. And if you're a woman and you're at the younger side of life, the world is at your fingertips, so you better know what you're doing. And that's all there is about it. If you know what you're doing, you will have a very good, easy life if you know what you're doing as a woman. It's that simple. You will have it made if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, if you're brainwashed, if you want to go against the grain and be this hard-ass woman and all this stuff, and not soften up, and not wisen up, and not get rid of your ego where you think you have to compete with a man, and you preserve yourself and you don't hole around thinking, I can sleep around too if I want. If you can wisen up, you will have life a lot easier. But if you want to stick to your guns and be masculine and move like that as a woman, it's going to be a hard life for you. Because if you're still a little bit young right now, but you're like that as a woman, you know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. All the guys you have access to talk to right now, just for the simple fact that you're still half decently young. Let's say you're in your late 20s, early 30s. Let's say as a woman you're still attractive, but you know you're up there and your time is ticking. You will get to a point where all those dudes you have to talk to, that you think you still have all this power and your beauty still holds a bunch of weight, all those guys that you have to talk to, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. As time keeps going on, those dudes that you think you have, are going to talk to you less and less and less and less and less and less. And you know what? The number of them also gets less. So those dudes that you're talking to, because you still have some value left, the number's going to decrease, and the amount they talk to you is going to decrease because you're getting less appealing by the damn day. It is what it is. This is not disrespect. This is reality. Welcome. Welcome to the world. Welcome to the real world. This is where we are. This is how we do it. We ain't sugarcoating shit out here. And that is why, as a woman, you want to get it right young. Because if you don't, it could be a double life for the rest of your life. Seriously. I've seen it happen to many, and it's not pleasant. And their lives today are not pleasant. And we don't wish that on nobody. We don't wish that on anybody at all. But that's why we got to make these videos, because we got to wake people up. And I tell the truth. So, you know, it's the best thing anybody can hear. But it's what a lot of people don't want to hear today, unfortunately. And it's a huge problem. So, solutions. Wake the up. Wake the up. Like, seriously. I just don't think some people want to, because it doesn't feel as good. Well, there you go. You're living a life based on your feelings and how you feel. Oh, if it doesn't feel good, then no, it must be wrong. Let me just keep wasting my life. Let me keep making shit harder and harder and harder for myself. Because I want what I want right now. I just want to be who I am. I want to stay stuck in my own way as a strong, independent woman. I want all these options. I don't want to settle down just yet. I want to just wait till the last second and then ruin my life in the end, because it all came back on top of me, because I didn't want to make the true commitments that I should have. And I was not who I needed myself to be for any man. Is that what you want? This is why men are absolutely running away from things like marriage today, and even taking a woman seriously for the most part. The only women that get taken seriously are women who deserve to be taken seriously. Which means she done everything on her end that she should have done. And if she slipped up at all, it was not a lot. Very small mistakes that didn't cost her everything. Still pure, whatever else. That's the ones that's going to win. Not women who are in their ways, thinking they can live however they want and all this stuff and all this independence. Not those women. Not at all. So, this is the world, guys. This is the world. This is why most men are not taking most women seriously. They're not putting themselves in a position to be taken seriously. They're not living like a real woman. They're not going by the Bible. They're out there loosey-goosey style. Quite literally, loosey-goosey. Quite literally. Yes, they're loose cannons. And as for these younger females today in this new generation, scrambled eggs for brains. None. Not a damn clue, boy. TikTok brains, thinking in this Disney World fantasy, and anything to do with reality just scares the hell out of them. They just run away from it and keep living in delusion and all this stuff. And how are you going to live a life of structure and have a real family and have things going if you're living in a fucking Disney World? When the going gets tough, when things rise upon itself, they ain't gonna know what to do. They're gonna get with someone, they're gonna think it's a good idea to have some kids, and they're gonna get pregnant early, and they're gonna be single, and another broken home, broken family. A kid has to get raised by a single mom. The kid gets messed up. This is why society is failing today. Because people have shit for brains. I hate to say it. But it's the truth. People don't understand what it takes. And I don't think they care enough to do that, actually. But you probably should. Because time is ticking. I suggest doing something about this. Men are doing something about it. Running away from marriage. Because it's the smartest option. If you can't find yourself a real woman of value, and you have to get to know who you're dealing with and understand who you're dealing with before you make that commitment. So this is what it is today, guys. And if people don't wake up, it's only going to get worse, and that's what I think is going to happen. Unfortunately. I see a light at the end of the tunnel for very select people, and we hope most of us here in this community are those people. Other than that, not much of society is any good. I swear, it's pretty bad. But anyways, guys, stay on top of your shit, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman. My advice to you is to stay on top of your shit, be smart about life, and you should have your way. But anyways, that is the end of this video. Do not forget to come follow me on Instagram. Exact same username as here on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.